All right, my friends, well, this video doesn't make me happy, and I'm sad to report this to you, but, you know, the facts are the facts, and reality is reality. You got to deal with it. So the last video I did on the GNMA, go back and check, and I just looked at what it looked like after, if you just reinvested all the interest that you got, and $100,000 would be worth $212,000 now after 17 years, 18 years, from $100,000 from 2001 to the end of 2017, 17 years. And that would have only had one down year of 2.23% in 2013. And so you just steady progression from 100,000 to 212. The thing that concerned me greatly was the last 3 years, actually the last 5 years. I mean, in 2013, it was down basically 2.23%. The following year is up 6.65, but then the next 3 years, it didn't break 2% rate of return, 1.33, 1.85, and 1.87. I'm looking at my thing here, my laptop. So that's not good. No other way around it. So basically, for the last 5 years, you've done just you really haven't done much. And anyway, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take 5% a year off, like I was doing for the other funds, and see how that shakes out. But here I added a different component. I'm taking $5,000 in the first year and adjusting it with inflation. I had a couple of folks point that said they'd like to see what it looked like with inflation adjustment. I challenge that inflation. Well, I'll get to that later. Let's just use this. So we're using a 3% inflation, 5% of the portfolio. So whatever the portfolio is worth, we're pulling 5% of the year off, and then the difference between the portfolio 5% and the inflation adjustment. And the purple is we made more from the 5% portfolio withdrawal. The orange is we made less. Inflation dwarfed, the cost of inflation. We need more income than what the cost of inflation would have warranted that we needed. I'll explain as we go forward. So, don't forget to subscribe. If I said that, subscribe. Have you done it? Have you subscribed? Shh, don't tell anybody subscribe. Because I am the financial planning heretic, and you don't want to be known as falling a heretic on YouTube. All right, so 2001, we were able to pull 53.97 off. Again, 5%. This is after the portfolio return. I can't remember what it did in 2001. It was up 7.94%. So there you go. So $100,000 at 7.94%. Pull 5% a year off. We have 53.97 in cash we're able to take off. Next year, we're able to take 56.23. Next year, 54.75. 54.16, 53.17. Any seeing anything there? It's gradually going down. 52.70, 53.75. So we're going back to bringing it back up. 53. 57, 54, 57, 54, 50. I think that was wrong. I think it was off by a buck there. 54, 58. Let's see. No, 54 is right. That was right. It's actually this one right here is off by a buck. All right, so but then the following year, because in 2009 we had a pretty significant year. No, look at that. 54, 58, 55, 45. I'm sorry. So 54, 57, 54, 58, 55, 45. Not much of a change. We're able to get to 56.72 in 2011. 2011, let's see what the GNMA did. Yeah, 7.68% return. So in 2011, we're able to get to 56.72. All right, so again, we started at 53.97, and by 2011, we're able to get about, it's at $300 more. And this is where the concern is. 55.15, 51.23, 51.90, 49.96, 48.30, 48.34, 46.79, and here's our net value, 88,893 on the GNMA. Yeah, so 53.97, and we actually end 16, 17 years later, whatever it is, at 46.79. We've only had one down here, so we can't say it's because market decline. And this right here is why the bond funds scare me to death. Because when you're pulling money off it, it's a depreciating asset, essentially. I mean, if you're pulling money off it and the market doesn't grow more than what you're pulling off, in this case 5%, the bonds aren't going to give you more than 5%. It's just not happening. You're in a losing proposition. And again, this does not count and take into consideration taxes. All right, so let's go back to what inflation would have needed. Let's say we're going to take 5% a year off. We start at the beginning of the year. We say we're going to take 5% a year off, and we're going to adjust it with a 3% each and every year rate of inflation. Well, the first 3 years, 5,000, 5150, 5305, the GNMA at 5% gave us more. It gave us 397 more, 473 more, then 171 more. Then we see a difference. The GNMA at 5% is only giving us 5416, but inflation at a 5% with a 3% inflation, we would have needed 5464 in which to keep up with the 3% inflation. Now we go down to 2009, we needed 6334 and we only got 5458 from GNMA. So we needed 876 more than what the GNMA provided us if we were going to do this with a rate of inflation adjustment. That's not good. Keep going forward, and now we're in 2013. We need 7129, and GNMA only gives us 5123. And that's $2,000 less. So the GNMA is giving us $2,000 less than we need for a 3% each year adjustment for inflation. That's not good, my friends. That's not good. And then we go down here. We need 8,024. The GNMA only gives us 46.79. $3,300 difference, and that, I'll just put it this way, it ain't getting any better anytime soon for GNMA. With inflation at 3%, we need to come up with an extra $33.45 just to keep up with inflation. That's not even to increase our cost of living, just to keep up with the 3% inflation. And at 88,893, our portfolio, even at 5% of that is going to give us, it's not going to be good. So that's my concern with bonds. No other way around that, as that we have a declining portfolio base, a declining income base, and an inflation that is growing each and every year while our portfolio is declining. That's the issue with bonds. There's no other way around that. And that bothers me deeply. And the problem is, it's not going to change anytime soon. I mean, the 10-year Treasury right now is paying 2.7 based on after. Ooh, that hurt. Ow. Got a little bit of a ding in my back. The 10-year Treasury is paying 2.7 after the market yesterday or today. We are in a bear market for the stocks, but it's a bear market for yields on bonds too. But the 10-year Treasury 2.7. The GNMA, I think I was looking at, I don't know, it's yielding 2.3. So after, you might be able to squeak out a 2 to 2.5% gain in GNMA. And we're taking 5% a year off, which means we're dipping into our principal each and every year. And then if we're going to adjust it for inflation, we're already in the whole $3,300. So there it comes down to. And I got to tell you, the one thing you got to do to protect yourself is you got to have growth to compensate for the rate of inflation, but you also need to protect yourself for expenses. If you can control your expenses and reduce your expenses by moving to a cheaper environment, doing something, it's going to save you a bunch of worry in this regard. If I'm sitting here right now, I'm already in the hole $33.45, and this is all I got. I'm not a happy camper. I'm nervous. What do you do to pull out of it? You say, I'm going to stocks because I'm way behind. Well, if you went in stocks, now you're down 25%. I don't know. So stay tuned. We got some more videos to share with you on this. So stay tuned. Subscribe down below. Always go to the blog at heritagewealthplanning.com. So if you want my books, go to Amazon. Just type in your old buddy Josh Scanlon on Amazon, or just click the links down below. All right, we'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.